Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online doubles ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're still continuing our time with the team that I've been using for about a week or so. Like I mentioned, we'll try to switch teams up relatively soon. I know it can be kind of boring to watch the same team over and over again, and I actually want to make edits to this team because I'm really happy with the core that I made, and I think that there's some improvements that could definitely be made. So, yeah, let's just jump into the game. We're actually just below the top 100 in the ladder, so let's see if we can climb back up there again today after falling quite low a few days ago. So, first game today features pretty standard stuff for the most part, but I think Ferro-thorn is going to be a pain to deal with. Otherwise, yeah, double Tailwind support with Whimsicott and the Braviary, 2 Dragons and Duraludon and the Duraludon and the Dracovish, and then Grimmsnarl for screen support. So let's see. This is definitely a Mimikyu lead kind of game. The question, as normal, is who do I want to pair it up next to? I think Rotom is probably a fine answer here. It can Will-O-Wisp a lot of my opponent's Pokemon. Duraludon is actually kind of tempting for my end. I'm just worried if my opponent leads Duraludon, for example. Although I suppose if that is the case, it's not like Rotom really offers me much there either. Maybe I actually want to lead Duraludon. I guess Rotom offensively isn't that good unless my opponent's bringing Braviary, so why don't we go Gastrodon and Arcanine in the back. This does make me a little bit weaker to Braviary though, so we'll see. Either way, yeah, first of all, thanks once again to everyone for tuning into the videos recently. Like I mentioned, I've been busy with exams. I only have 1 exam left, and that's on Tuesday, so after then I'll be completely free, and I only have 1 semester of college left, but I am looking forward to finishing up that exam. My question of the day is not Pokemon related. I actually want to know how you guys typically study for final exams, because I have actually never been super good in terms of study habits, so let me know in the comments below. It is Braviary Grimmsnarl though, which is really frustrating because Rotom Wash would have worked out quite nicely here, but this isn't terrible for us either, so let's get into it. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Ranked, please share support by leaving a like in the video, I'd appreciate it. I've managed to go on like a pretty crazy win streak in the last couple of episodes, and I would like to keep that up as we continue to try to climb our way up, but this is definitely going to be a tough one. In this case, I think we're honestly free to just go for a Will-O-Wisp onto the Braviary. Let's see. So with Arcanine and Gastrodon in the back, I think I should still prioritize knocking out Braviary. I kind of just like going for a Will-O-Wisp and a Flash Cannon onto it. I kind of expect it to Dynamax here. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. It can't really do too much damage against both of my Pokemon, especially if I get the burn off with Mimikyu. And Grimmsnarl is probably going to set up both screens, but I'm actually alright targeting around it because it doesn't really pose that much of a threat to me. We do see the Dynamax here, yeah. So had I led Rotom Mimikyu, which was what I originally wanted to, I could have gone for like Volt Switch and Will-O-Wisp, but as long as Mimikyu connects the Will-O-Wisp here, honestly, I am totally okay with that. This could be Lum Braviary though. That is something that people are using more often, and maybe I should have thought about that a little bit harder. Because if it is Lum, it can go for a Max Airstream onto Mimikyu, and that might cause some problems. So we see a light screen come out, okay. So the big question is it Lumberry? If it isn't, then we're going to be in a really good spot. So Will-O-Wisp connects, which is great. Do we see a Lumberry? Nope. Perfect. Okay, great. And it's just going for Max Knuckle. Yeah, I'll take that. That does just under half. Although, now another one will... Oh, that was a crit. I was like, yeah, that did way too much damage for a burnt Dynamax attack. Alright, not bad. I'll take that. Flash Cannon here. Doesn't do that much after the Light Screen, but that's still okay. I expect probably a Reflect this turn, and I kind of want to switch out into Gastrodon here. Switch into Gastrodon. I could Dynamax Duraludon here, but do I really want to? Who's a good Pokemon to Dynamax in this game? Probably my Gastrodon, because it will just sweep through everything. My opponent does have Double Grass, though, which I have to be careful about. So maybe the priority should still be knocking out the Braviary, because if I knock out Braviary, then I can just switch in Arcanine freely, and that hampers my opponent's physical type attackers. So why don't we play rough Braviary and switch Duraludon out here. Actually, I should survive another Max Knuckle. I mean, that first one did 87. I'm just worried about like a high roll on my opponent's end. You know what? I actually don't mind doubling up here, I think. Yeah. If we survive, then we'll just get the KO, which would be really nice. But I missed play rough. That's annoying. We didn't even see a Reflect go up either. We do survive the Max Knuckle, which is good. But definitely a little frustrating. Because I think the double up there would have just gotten the KO. So here's Flash Cannon. Maybe not. Oh, and it's buried. Bravery too. And it's not too surprising given that it's not Lumberry. Okay, Citrus, and we're just gonna see play rough. Okay, so has some offense on this Grimmsnarl, which is actually quite scary because now it's at +2 attack. So this next turn I might actually just launch the play rough into Grimmsnarl slot because I don't actually want to deal with +2 Grimmsnarl. Its base attack is actually quite high as we learned the other day. So unfortunate miss, but that's what happens when you use inaccurate moves. Yeah, so play rough it. Let's say it reflects here. Then Bravery max Knuckles, and that's not really too much of a problem. But let's double up on the Grimmsnarl here. I think it probably wants to reflect, but it doesn't. And we connect play rough. Okay, great. And we get the knockout. Okay, that's great. This is going to be especially if for some reason my opponent targets Mimikyu with like max Airstream instead. It is max Airstreaming, but I assume that's going to go into Duraludon. No, it actually goes into Mimikyu. Okay, so it will get a speed boost, but I wonder if Flash Cannon plus the burn will just knock out Braviary. If not this turn, then certainly next turn. And we've stalled out my opponent's Dynamax at this point, which is good too. Oh, actually, yeah, Flash Cannon's not really doing that much. Makes things a little scary. That's basically neutral Braviary again. I don't think I can bring in Arcanine to give it a Defiant boost. I think I should switch in Gastrodon here. Yeah, if we connected with that play rough, I think this game probably would have honestly just been over. Let's see what comes out from my opponent's end. Duraludon, okay. Yeah, here's the problem right now. Braviary is going to be speedy. And it can go for just the Brave Bird onto something. Like, you could conceivably double up onto Gastrodon to knock me out right now. I'm actually not in a good spot. But I don't think I could have brought out Arcanine either without extreme speed. So what do I do here? What does my opponent do? If I'm my opponent, I think I double up onto Gastrodon with the Brave Bird. And probably a Dragon type attack. But the thing is, if I call this incorrectly, then I have to bring in Arcanine and I'll give the Braviary a Defiant boost. Oh, I could just Dynamax this turn. Yeah, why not? And just Max Quake. Ooh, actually Max Quake won't knock out, yeah. Because of Light Screen. Is that the best play? I don't know. Probably not, actually. I mean, I could also see Braviary Tailwinding, which is why I don't want to play passive. Like, let's say I just protect this turn, Braviary Tailwinds, and my opponent targets my Duraludon, then I'm in some big trouble. Because then I have to bring out Arcanine, I give the Defiant boost to the Braviary. So now, yeah, unfortunately, I think I have to target it down, which kind of sucks. It did say, yeah, the Tailwind did end up coming out, okay. What's it going to be? Who's that targeting? And it's going to be Flash Cannon into Duraludon. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad I did not protect there with Gastrodon. I was heavily considering it. It's Life Orb Duraludon too. Interesting. Okay. So Tailwind's up. It's going to be 2-2, and I'll have Arcanine, which does give the potential Whimsicott, or I'm hoping to see Ferro-thorn. Although Ferro-thorn now would be even more annoying. Let's see. Actually, no. I mean, I wouldn't mind Ferro-thorn because I'm Dynamaxed. I have the Rindo Berry, and I will get an Intimidate off here. So, I guess I'm more worried about Whimsicott. Let's see what it is. It is Ferro-thorn. Okay, that's what we wanted to see, I think. There's still some mind games this turn, though. The question is, does Duraludon protect? Because a Draco will just knock out Arcanine. It should, I think. And it's faster right now. So this is also another kind of glorified 50-50, it feels like. I'm leaning towards not protecting with Arcanine. Max Quake. Yeah, I feel like the Arcanine Protect here is so obvious. I'm gonna Max Quake and Will-O-Wisp. Does Duraludon protect? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, yeah, I need to call that. Like, I could just easily protect and Max Quake, obviously. And we don't survive that. Yeah, that'll be game then. I could easily call that in Protect, but like the Protect there is so obvious in Arcanine, and given that it's Life Orb Duraludon, I'm sure it's carrying Protect as well. And like me protecting and just Max Quaking there is like a very obvious. But we'll see if Max Quake even gets the knockout. If it doesn't, then didn't even end up mattering. But yeah, it does get the KO. So we would have won that game if we just Protect Arcanine there. But once again, the reason why I didn't is because if I Protect and Duraludon protects, then the next turn it can just Draco Meteor me. Power Whip. Okay, I thought I dodged it for a second, and I was like, oh nice. How much does that do? Okay, we will survive another one. And so, I mean, a couple of misses here and there, and maybe we can actually pull something off, but let's Max Quake here. Like, if it misses this turn and then we Scald Burn next turn, we can still win this. But, yeah, a little unfortunate there. Pretty much was like a 50-50. That is really tanky. Is that a Salt Vest Ferro-thorn? It must be. There's no way it takes Max Quake that well. It does connect with Power Whip there. And it actually just gets was that a crit too? No, not even. Wow. Yeah, good game there. Gastrodon finally faints, but I mean, this game pretty much came down to whether I called that turn correctly or not, and unfortunately I was not on the right side of the 50-50 there that time. Okay, let's say I Protect and Duraludon protects. I guess the following turn I can go for the double Protect. Those odds might be better in my favor. But let's say if I called that turn correctly and the Duraludon does Protect, then I can just Protect Arcanine the following turn, and then Tailwind will expire. But I guess Tailwind expiring isn't really... Actually, it does mean something because it means I can burn the Ferro-thorn. So, kind of a frustrating game, but yeah, I feel like one, I could have... Like, the Rotom lead I wanted to consider going with could have helped out a lot. I think the Pokemon choices were fine. I also think if we just don't miss that play rough, we're also in a really good spot. Plus, we got crit onto Duraludon as well, so... bunch of unfortunate RNG, but I think also could have been better played on my end for sure. But yeah, I mean, with 50-50s, like those situations, it's just you're either on the right side or not. It's not like, I don't feel like there was one definite play there. Especially because it was Life Orb Duraludon, not choiced. So, or like Assault Vest. So like, it most likely had Protect there. And yeah. Maybe targeting Duraludon the previous turn was also the correct call instead of targeting Braviary. The more I think about it, that actually could have been better. But I wasn't sure. If it's Assault Vest with Light Screen, I'm not sure if it survives in Max Quake. Oh, we're actually up against Rene for the next game today. He's one of the best players around the world. He's got top 8 at Worlds in, I think it was 2017. And a really, really nice guy in general. So, his team looks like the team that Hirofumi was using. That one I just recognized had a Mandibuzz, but I don't remember off the top of my head everything else on that team. So, definitely a game for Mimikyu. Immense offensive pressure against everything. Another Ferro-thorn today. And Duraludon, I think, is really good here. One-shots almost everything on his team. I definitely need Arcanine for this game because of Ferro-thorn once again. And even though I love Gastrodon, I don't think this is a game for it. There are a lot of special attackers on my opponent's team. I don't really do much damage against Ferro-thorn, Rotom, or even Sylveon for that matter. Or Dragapult. Or even Mandibuzz. Like, none of those really do I have great matchups against. So then it's between Weezing and Rotom. Rotom could be good for quick Hydro Pump into the Arcanine, but I don't think he brings Arcanine here. Kind of like Weezing, honestly. It's bulky. I can resist Sylveon Hyper Voice as well. So you know what? Let's bring Weezing. This actually feels like a decent game for it. Can also burn the Ferro-thorn and Sludge Bomb Sylveon. Mainly having it resist the Hyper Voice is nice because otherwise none of the other Pokemon I'm bringing really do. So yeah, I'll link Renee's Twitter in the description below as well. I assume this is him. He's a super good player and you should expect to see him a lot on the streams this year. He's been traveling a bunch already. I don't know if he already has his Worlds invite. I kind of assume that he does because I know he played a lot in Sun Series, or sorry, Ultra Series after Worlds. But yeah, looking forward to this game. Yeah, the last one was still frustrating. I think even with the bad RNG, could have made some better plays. Maybe I should have just targeted Duraludon. I don't know. Maybe Rotom and Ferro-thorn. Okay, that's not bad for us at all. I think we can just... I mean, I wanted Draco Meteor the Rotom, but I think Rotom here probably Volt Switches Mimikyu and then goes into something like Sylveon. But then you're bringing Sylveon out. Which isn't great. Definitely gonna Will-O-Wisp the Ferro-thorn here. I honestly don't think I mind Dracoing turn 1. If Sylveon comes in, then we just Dynamax turn 2. But there's no way Rotom stays in here, actually. Like, what the heck is Rotom gonna do here? Right? So I'll Will-O-Wisp, and I would just be so shocked if it doesn't Volt Switch or Switch out here. I'm gonna Flash Cannon it. It just doesn't do anything against my Pokemon. I guess it could Will-O-Wisp Mimikyu. But I'm okay flash canning here. It will put it in KO range anyway of something else, like Draco or Max Wormwood maybe after we Dynamax. I'm not sure about that calc. It depends how special defensive it is. But yeah, I really see it switching out here. Maybe it would have been better just a Draco here. Like if there wasn't a Sylveon in the back, I'd click Draco. But because there is, I feel like it's just on like, okay, it stays in. It's not Scarfed. Show me a Volt Switch onto Mimikyu. It's just Thunderbolting! Oh man, that's frustrating. Yeah, I really didn't think it would just stay in like that. Okay, well that makes next turn more interesting. Probably a Gyro Ball into Mimikyu. I mean, this Flash Cannon will still do an okay amount. Yeah, I mean, it chips away at it. Not really that great, honestly. Less than I would have liked. Gyro Ball gets a knockout. Yeah, so if we Draco there, we would have traded 1-for-1 and gotten a free switch into something. Okay. Yeah, I just really thought it would Volt Switch there, but it might not even have Volt Switch. Like, it might just be Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, Protect. So who do we bring out now? Probably Arcanine, I think. Oh, that's actually really frustrating. Draco Meteor then would have been so good. I guess it's switching out into Sylveon doesn't seem that likely the more I think about it. So, got a little fancy there. Okay. Well, right now, Ferro-thorn's not doing anything. I could see Rotom Dynamaxing and, like, Hydro Vortexing, or, going for the Water Dynamax attack into Arcanine. I think I'll Protect here and just Dynamax. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Max Wormwood actually knocks out Rotom, so Draco just would have been better. Oh, yeah, that's really frustrating. But that's just on my end. He just made a better play than I did. Especially because I felt like the lead was pretty good. I think Draco should destroy Rotom most of the time there. So if we trade 1-for-1, I guess the question is who does he switch into? Because then I am at -2 special attack, which isn't ideal. But it looks like Rotom isn't Dynamaxing, which I guess is good. So we'll see if Max Wormwood knocks out non-Dynamax Rotom. I don't think it does without like a Life Orb. But we'll have to see. I wonder if he, like, Volt Switches this turn if he has it. So Arcanine protects. Knocking out Rotom would still be good just because that's the biggest threat to our Arcanine in this game. But it's just Thunderbolting. Okay. I wonder if it's Choice then. It's obviously not Scarf, so I wonder if it's Spexed. Oh, we don't get the KO there. That's unfortunate. Well, if there's no Berry here, then it's definitely Spexed, I think. Otherwise, why would you Thunderbolt? Nope, it is buried. Oh, interesting. Now I'm curious if Close Combat can pick up the KO there. I think it can. Power Whip into Duraludon for 5 damage. Okay. I guess maybe yeah, he's probably worried about the Gastron switching that last turn. Might actually be better to switch out Weezing. I don't know if Close Combat gets the KO. Don't know how bulky he is. Yeah, I think I'll actually prefer to switch out into Weezing here in Max Wormwood. Mainly because Rotoms are really defensively bulky. And if it's like max HP bold, probably survives the Close Combat. You could Protect this turn too, so like it's not a great position for us because I have to commit my Dynamax a lot earlier after that turn 1 play. Okay. Rotom's Dynamaxing. To try to snipe the Arcanine, I guess, but that actually ends up working out quite nicely because now we'll actually have the Dynamax advantage. Okay. I think we should survive Max Geyser from Rotom as well. It's not what I was expecting at all. Interesting. Because Ferro-thorn is just dead weight at this point for my opponent. Oh, the problem is I will be locked into Flash Cannon, won't I? Yeah. Does this KO Weezing? No way, right? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Huh, interesting. Yeah, that's why we switched there. If I get Gastrodon, that would have been a fun switch in, but unfortunately not the case. Yeah, once again, I'm still regretting the turn 1 play I made. Maybe it's just better to Draco because, yeah, nothing can take a Draco other than the Sylveon, and if Sylveon switches in, then it's burnt Ferro-thorn against my, burnt Ferro-thorn and Sylveon against my Mimikyu and Duraludon, and then Duraludon can just Dynamax, so. We're not out of this yet, but with the rain up, it's also going to be harder to knock out the Ferro-thorn. I mean, Ferro-thorn's not going to do anything right now, but it's going to go for a knockoff. Oh, interesting. For no damage. Okay, so that means it doesn't have... oh, it could be Assault Vest Ferro-thorn then. That would make sense. That's something that people have been using more recently. Which means that it doesn't have Leech Seed, which actually could be really good, because that means no recovery. And given that it doesn't have leftovers, I actually do think that it's probably Assault Vest Ferro-thorn. So, let's see. What's coming in? Dragon Bolt? No, Braviary. Huh. Maybe we're not in that bad of a spot at all. Let's just Strange Steam Braviary. It probably Tailwinds, right? And what do we want to raise? I think a Steel Spike is probably worth... I mean, it does the same damage as Wormwind. We don't really need to lower the Ferro-thorn's attack at this point. And a defense boost could actually be quite helpful. Yeah, so let's Strange Steam and Max Steel Spike. Huh. I feel like our team does have a pretty good matchup against his. So, right now, Ferro-thorn's doing absolutely nothing. And if it knocks off Duraludon, that's actually ideal, because then I'm not locked into Flash Cannon after Dynamax. So it really makes me wonder what the last Pokemon is, because if it's something like Sylveon, I mean, even so, Dragapult will have a tough time against Duraludon, but any chip damage onto Duraludon means that Dragapult should just be able to KO me. But actually, man, it's just a foul play coming out. Wow, interesting. Okay. I mean, this Duraludon has been putting in work so far. So Max Steel Spike comes out. Yeah, this is a ton of damage. And there's no Citrus Berry on it, obviously, because Rotom had the Citrus Berry. So maybe Strange Steam just gets the KO? Let's see. Strange Steam does connect, okay. Can we knock it out? Wow, we do. I really thought, like, Tailwind would come out there. I mean, foul playing Duraludon does absolutely nothing. And just the Gyro Ball, which we should survive after the burn and the attack. Yeah, that does, like, negative damage at this point. So Ferro-thorn is essentially a non-factor, and I'm confident that it's Assault Vest now, given that it still hasn't clicked Leech Seed. Like, Leech Seeding Duraludon would have been super ideal turns ago. And that looks like Sylveon coming out. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're in a really good spot now. As long as it doesn't crit the Duraludon. Let's just Flash Cannon and Strange Steam that slot. Yeah, because Ferro-thorn is literally a non-factor right now in the game. Okay, he's going to Protect. That makes sense. So maybe a knockoff into Duraludon? Or a Bulldoze if Ferro-thorn's running it. But I didn't really have a better play there. No, it's going to be Body Press. Okay. Am I in Hyper Voice KO range now? I don't think so. That's definitely AV Ferro-thorn at this point, though. How many turns of Rain are left, actually? I do want to calculate that. The other question is who's faster right now between Sylveon. There's only 2 turns of Rain, which is good. Okay. The reason I ask is because I just need to chip away at Sylveon so that, like, it's in Flare Blitz KO range, because Arcanine's still fully healthy in the back, so I'm just going to double up this turn again. And we're faster. Okay, that should just be game, then. So Specs Duraludon with Flash Cannon. Doesn't get the KO, but now both Pokemon are in KO range from Arcanine. And I think we should survive. Oh yeah, we survive Hyper Voice easily. No problem. Oh, and I actually misplayed there. I should not have Strange Steam. I should have Sludge Bomb, because Strange Steam can miss, which I forgot about. But I think once we got the Flash Cannon off, it didn't really matter, because Arcanine should just be able to close out this game. So Draw Ball comes out, and it doesn't even knock out Weezing. So yeah, this is why I love Will-O-Wisp. You can make some Pokemon so useless that it's effectively a 2v1, which this entire game was practically. So yeah, we'll just switch out an Arcanine here. And I guess it's probably better not to switch out Arcanine so we don't get crit by anything. But we've seen the full moveset at this point. Yeah, it's Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Body Press, and Knockoff. So even if any of those attacks crit me, it doesn't really matter. And then Flare Blitz will just knock out next turn because Rain is expiring. So yeah, I was really worried about like Dragapult in the back, which explains why he decided to Dynamax the Arcanine, or sorry, the Rotom. Because if you can snipe the Arcanine, then that's pretty good. But yeah, I felt like I had a pretty solid team matchup here, and the thing I was most worried about was Duraludon, or sorry, not Duraludon, Dynamaxed Dragapult kind of sweeping through my team, but ended up not being the case. So yeah. We end up taking it despite a shaky turn 1 there from us. But yeah, just even getting a burn off against the Ferro-thorn was huge. But AV Ferro-thorn's interesting. You know, there aren't as... I mean, it walls a lot of things, right? Any special attacker, like, it will just completely wall pretty much. And it just really annoys you, while it can also just go for knockoffs to get rid of items on a lot of different things. But definitely a fun game there. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that first game and where I could have improved in. But this one I felt like I just had a pretty solid team matchup from the start, which definitely helped us out. So, good game to Renee there. Assuming that was the actual Renee. But yeah, check him out. You'll definitely see him more throughout the course of this year on our streams, I think. He's a really good player. And yeah, I'll play one more. I think it seems like most people are pretty down for 3-game episodes. And I try to make it just so that they don't go over 40 minutes. Typically, that's been alright. So I think I'll probably stick to that for now. And if you want, I mean, you can just watch 3 games. There are 2 of the 3 games instead, or even 1. Alright. We're up against the Sand team for this next one. This one's annoying, I think. Another Sylveon. I never know how to lead against these things because I'm always like, do they predict me to like lead Weezing? Because if they do, they shouldn't. Like, I could go Weezing Rotom. Actually, that might just be best, honestly. Just on the ability, I get a quick burn off, and then I can go like double burn basically immediately. It's just all my Pokemon are good in this matchup. Yeah, honestly. Arcanine. Like, Duraludon hits Rotom for a ton of... I mean, yeah, like, against Sylveon, Mimikyu, Rotom. Pretty much against everything, actually. It's got... Oh, this is really tough. I, like, really like all my Pokemon in this game. Can't decide on what to bring. Like, that's a good thing. But in best of 1, it's also annoying because, like, sometimes you don't make the right calls. Maybe I don't bring Gastrodon in this one. I guess it doesn't do much against Corviknight, Rotom, or even Sylveon at that matter. So then it's Duraludon or Mimikyu, and I'm leaning towards Duraludon, mainly for its higher damage output. So, yeah, I'm gonna try this core this time and see how it goes. Ideally, we'll get an early burn off. That would be nice. On Tyranitar and Excadrill. But, yeah, I wanted to bring the Weezing this game because it's obviously good against the Tyranitar and the Excadrill, but it can also really annoy the Sylveon and the Rotom, both which I don't really like going up against, but it's... Okay, Corviknight and Mimikyu. That's not bad. This is definitely an interesting lead combo. Like, I could just double Will-O-Wisp immediately. And I'm honestly tempted to do that. Yeah, because my opponent's team is just so physically oriented that if we burn these things, they just do literally no damage. I've got Arcanine in the back for Intimidate as well, and Duraludon can wall a lot of things. Yeah, I kind of just want to burn everything and then Dynamax Duraludon this game. It risks missing Will-O-Wisp, unfortunately, but if we can connect... And, okay, switch out on Corviknight's end, I'll take that. Probably into Rotom, I would guess, or Sylveon maybe? Tyranitar, okay. Will-O-Wisp does connect. Very nice. This might just be a game where we burn literally all 4 Pokemon. And no Sandstream because of Weezing's ability, which is fun. Double Will-O-Wisp, nice. Is that Trick Room coming out on Mimikyu then? I would assume so. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Well, getting burns on both physical type attackers is really good to start. I think this next turn, we switch out Rotom into Arcanine to get the Intimidate off against Tyranitar. Can't even double switch, honestly. It's Tyranitar probably Dynamaxes. Let's just Sludge Bomb the Mimikyu. But yeah, this will be like -1 attack and burnt Tyranitar. So my opponent has 3 physical type Pokemon. I have so many Will-O-Wisp users. Like when I designed this team, it was honestly to try to counter like the teams that my opponent is running. So definitely a good turn 1. You know, honestly, what I could have also done was just stayed in Dynamax and gone for the Water Dynamax attack against Tyranitar. Although I think... Oh, actually, I forgot. Intimidate doesn't go off because of my ability. I keep forgetting about that. Actually, might not be great if it's going for the Rock-type attack into Arcanine. Hope not. Okay, so my opponent's committed Dynamax, though, which is good because I have the advantage. Now, like, if you're Dynamaxing a burnt Pokemon, that's always good for me, right? And it's just Max Knuckling, which I'll take. Into Arcanine, okay. Yeah, that's fine. It will give Mimikyu an attack increase. So these are basically effectively at -1 now. Sludge Bomb, okay. We'll break the disguise here. Let's see what Mimikyu goes for. Presumably a Shadow Claw play rough into Arcanine. Let's see. Play rough. Yep. So Rock type attack now will knock the Arcanine out. I think we just want to stall out Dynamax basically at this point. Maybe we even just double protect this turn. I don't mind that, honestly. Like, you might get some chip damage off with Arcanine through Protect, but that's fine. In fact, if you target Arcanine with the Rock Dynamax attack, you might even proc my Berry, which would be nice. So I'm just stalling it out right now, because once we stall out Dynamax and Trick Room this over, we can kind of just sweep through, I think, with what we have in the back. And we'll probably Dynamax the Duraludon. Yeah, he's gonna Max Knuckle again. I like the Max Knuckle places to raise the attacks, honestly. Honestly. Although that's kind of annoying if I... I'll probably switch Arcanine out this next turn. Although that's a relatively easy prediction for my opponent to make. Shadow Claw into Arcanine, yeah, okay. So these are basically at neutral attack now. I don't think a Rock Fall knocks out Weezing, to be honest, so I think we can just Sludge Bomb and swap Arcanine out. Worried about a double up into that. What's better in this game, Duraludon or Rotom? I think probably Duraludon. The question is whether Excadrill is my opponent's last Pokemon. So if it is, Rotom is the better call, for sure. Do I think it's going to go for a Rock Fall this turn? I like Duraludon more as our win con, so I'm going to conserve it. Especially because if Sand isn't up, again, maybe he switches out. Interesting. Maybe into Excadrill then? Yeah, so Excadrill is my opponent's last one. Okay. So Tyranitar shouldn't get a knockout here, I don't think. But triple Max Knuckle is actually really obnoxious. The upside now is, though, Trick Room's gonna expire. And with Weezing still being out, I can still cancel abilities. But nice switch out there by my opponent. I like that play a lot. So Dynamax is over. We know it's not Mold Breaker Excadrill either, so we can just get a burn onto it. Yeah, let's just Will-O-Wisp it. My opponent literally has 4 physical attackers, and I have quad Will-O-Wisp. Or triple Will-O-Wisp this game, so... Will-O-Wisp, and... I want to switch into Duraludon here, I think. Yeah, I don't want to eat up a Rock Slide. It will be at +1 at this point. Even with the burns, like, this is still not over because my opponent got so many attack increases from Max Knuckle. So that was a nice play, honestly, to just keep going for Max Knuckle. You're just gonna crunch me. Okay. Does a lot. Willows connects with Excadrill, though, which is good. Because now what we can do... Well, first we'll see what happens here. It's gonna high horsepower into Weezing. Okay, yeah, nice. Proxberry. Yep, good. What we can do now is switch Weezing out into Arcanine. Yeah. Does that activate Sandstream? I'm actually not sure about how that mechanic works. What I want to do is just switch out into Arcanine here. Dynamax, and just go for Max Steel Spike into Tyranitar. We should survive a minus, or actually it will just be burnt high horsepower, I guess. But we should survive that still. Plus we'll get a defense increase on Arcanine, which is quite nice. And Arcanine should be able to actually plow through a lot of my opponent's Pokemon in the back at this point. Although I guess if Mimikyu is max speed, which it probably should, I have to worry about Shadow Claw just getting a KO, but it is burnt, actually, yeah. Like, there's just no damage output at this point, really. But, yeah, I think my opponent made some really nice plays going for Max Knuckle consistently to get all these attack increases off. If it was just going for, like, Max Darkness or Max Rockfall, this game honestly probably would have been over already. Okay, so it does activate Sandstream. I wasn't sure about how that worked. So, good to know that. But we'll bring out Arcanine, so we'll get the Intimidate off. So when I bring Weezing back out, I think the Sand is activated at this point, right? So maybe I should have just stayed in. Tyranitar actually switches out. Ooh, maybe into Corviknight. That'd be a really good play. Nope, into Mimikyu. Okay. Now the question is, how much does high horsepower do with the burn against Dynamax? Like, can I take 2 of them? No, I'll get an attack increase after this turn, too. It's weird because I feel like I have such a good matchup, yet I still haven't played that well. The early triple kind of threw me off. Maybe I shouldn't have switched Duraludon in and just sacked Rotom. That might have been better. Not high horsepower me. Yeah, we'll survive another one after Steel Spike. Okay, not bad. And now Arcanine is going to outspeed. So the question is whether high horsepower knocks out +1 defense Arcanine. This is Excadrill that's burnt, and it doesn't look like it's life. I mean, it's obviously not life orbed or banded. Can I survive a high horsepower at 61 HP? I'm not sure. Let's see what comes in. Could be Corviknight. I wouldn't mind Corviknight though. I don't think that really causes too much problems. I do actually want to quickly calc how much high horsepower does against Arcanine, because I don't know. And that's actually really important for this next turn. So Excadrill against Arcanine. High horsepower. Jolly. Let's see. Arcanine's at +1 defense, and this guy is burnt. I feel like it probably still KOs us. 45 to 54. No, it does not knock us out. Ooh. Okay. With that then. I kind of want to double up onto the Corviknight, honestly. I could also just Flare Blitz. My opponent's last one is what? Tyranitar? Yeah, I don't mind Flare Blitzing here, and I think Max Lightning Corviknight. Yeah, we should survive a high horsepower here with all those stat boosts. And it's actually targeting Duraludon instead, and we survived that too. Okay, so that's really good. Maybe it would have been better to double up on the Corviknight there, but I don't know. Excadrill's still annoying despite the burn and everything. I think we should be able to close this one out at this point, but I still have to watch about Corviknight. So yeah, we proc our berry, which is really nice. And I suspect a Tailwind coming out from Corviknight right now. Yeah, maybe I should have doubled up on the Corviknight the more I think about it. I don't know. Like, my opponent can still win this, which is crazy to say, despite the team matchups. If it doesn't Tailwind, though, the game is over here. But it has to Tailwind, I think. No, it goes for Iron Defense. Okay. That should just be game, then. Yeah. The reason why is, like, if you set up Tailwind, yeah, Tyranitar's burnt, but then you can just click Rock Slide and Iron Head against a lot of my Pokemon. And I'm actually not in, like, a great spot then if you do that. And I still have a turn of Dynamax, too, so I think we can just safely close combat here and Max Lightning the Corviknight, yeah. That should just be game. Yeah, my opponent ends up forfeiting. That ended up being closer than I thought, though. I feel like if Corviknight Tailwind's there, then... I guess with Duraludon still Dynamaxed, I mean, the question is, can you knock out both my Pokemon? Probably. So I probably have to withdraw Arcanine into Weezing. And then I have to stall out Tailwind, basically. And then Arcanine should win, Arcanine should win. But then the thing is, like, not Dynamax Corviknight, but Iron Defense Corviknight can actually be pretty annoying, especially because my two special attackers and Rotom and Duraludon were kind of weakened. So yeah, that was an interesting game for sure. So we go 2-1 today. That first game definitely super winnable as well, so can't feel too bad about that. But definitely some high-level games, really cool teams from my opponents as well, and it's one of the cool things when we're higher up in the ladder. So yeah, it's gonna be it for this one. I'm actually just gonna check really quickly if that puts us in top 100, since felt kind of bad that we dropped out of it. Just a little bit short, but maybe we'll hit it in the next episode. But yeah, definitely a fun one for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. We'll be switching some stuff up on this team pretty soon, and I think we'll be featuring some new rental teams and hopefully a new team that I'll have made by next week as well sometime soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, peace.